Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. My name is Prasad Kulkarni and I am certified ERPNext consultant. I have experience in ERP, CRM, HRM and payroll software implementation. I have worked on enterprise software like SAP, Microsoft, Oracle in my past 10 years of experience. This video is a part of ERPNext self-implementation course from selfimplementers.com, in which today you will learn the buying module or purchase module. So let's begin. In buying module, we will take the overview of buying module, how buying module is operated in ERPNext. We will take the overview of buying module work document or workspace, and as well as we will completing one buying cycle, and we will go through the all the menus like reports and master, item and pricing, settings and supplier masters. Also we will creating one supplier master record. Then we will see the different tabs of supplier master like detail tab, tax tab, contact address, and accounting and settings. So we will check the some settings of supplier master. Then we will create one complete cycle from right from the material request to convert that material request into the request for quotation, and also we will creating supplier quotations, and then we will convert that supplier quotation into the purchase order, and from purchase order to purchase receipt, and then we will make the payment to the supplier, and we will check the bank entries, and then we will check the stock ledger as well as the supplier ledger for the same. Then we will check some additional features like supplier address, shipping address, contact person detail, how contact person detail will get added, and we will check the currency price list settings. Then we will also check the payment term details, and then as earlier said, we will create a request for quotation, and then we will convert it into the quotation, and that quotation will get converted into the purchase order. So all these settings we will check into the ERPNext application. So also we will check some reporting formats like how we can download the quotation into the PDF document, how we will get the printout of that particular, how we can send automatically this particular quotation to the supplier through the email as well. So let's start to move to, now we are moving to our ERPNext application. For ERPNext application login, you need to go to any web browser you have, and in address bar you need to enter your ERPNext application. As you have seen on my desktop, I have already entered my ERPNext application URL. In the login form, I have entered my username and password. Now I am clicking on login button. You need to be patient for verifying email address and username. Here, once you logged in into the ERPNext application, you will be landed on home doc type or a home page where you can get the shortcuts of item master, customer master, supplier master, sale invoices, leaderboard. Then in under reporting and master node, you will get accounting master node And under accounting master node, you will get chart of account, company detail, customer master, supplier master. In data import and settings, you will find out the data import related settings. Under stock node, you will get the item master, warehouse, brand, unit of measures, stock reconciliation as well. And under recruitment module, you will get job applicant and job opening options. Under CRM module, you will get a lead, how to create a lead, how to create lead, customer group, territory, etc. So today's our topic is a buying module. So let's go to the buying module. And one more thing you will observe in your left hand side, there is a navigation bar for all the modules like home module, help desk, accounting, buying, selling, stock, human resource, then manufacturing, quality, CRM, project, support, user, website, loan modules also there. And you can build some of the workflow, some of the doc types, customized doc type under the build module. And you will made some ERPNext settings. And in integration module, you can integrate the third party application or third party APIs. And similarly, in ERPNext integration as well, you can do integration of the third party application. So in your left hand side, you will get the module navigation bar, and in your right hand side, you will get the workspace of particular doc type. In ERPNext, every module is a independent doc type, so you can access any doc type by just clicking on a module navigation bar from your left hand side. So today's topic is a buying topic, so I am clicking on a buying module. Once you click on a buying module, you will be landed on a buying doc type, and here you will get the overall or overview of the buying module doc type. First of all, you will get the purchase order trend, where you can get the purchase order, purchasing details, month-wise purchasing detail. You will get that detail into the graphical representation. Here, if you can see that in a month of January, we will make the purchase of 1,37,000 rupees, and below part of the this particular doc type, you will get the shortcut of Atom Master. Here you can get the total active number of atom counts, then total number of count of material request, total number of count of purchase order to be received, and you can get the purchase analytics details and purchase order analysis and dashboard details as well under the shortcut node. Also, more lower part of your purchase doc type, you will get the under the reports and master node, you will get the buying master. In buying master, you will get the material request, purchase order detail, purchase invoices, request for quotation, supplier quotation. In under the atom and pricing node, you will get atom master, atom price, price list, then product bundle, atom group, promotional scheme, pricing rule. Under the setting node, you will get a buying setting, purchase tax and charges template, then terms and condition template. In supplier master, under the supplier node, you will get supplier master, supplier group, contact, address, then supplier. Under the node of supplier scoreboard, you will get supplier scoreboard, supplier scorecard, variable supplier scorecard criteria, you will define the supplier scorecard criteria as well as the variable for the supplier scorecard also. In key reports, you will get purchase analytics, purchase order analysis, supplier wise sales analytics, purchase order analytics, supplier wise sales analytics, item to order and received, purchase order trends, procurement tracker, and in other reports you will get the other report details like item to be requested, item wise purchase history, purchase receipt trend, purchase invoice trend, and some of the other reports in other reports node. So we will check first of all how we can generate or how we can create the item master under item master shortcut. So for creation of item, you need to create on item master. I am clicking on item master under the your shortcut node. Once you click on the item master, you will be landed on a item master doc type. Here you will get the list view of already created items, which are the active items or enabled item in ERPNext application. And you can add new item by clicking on a add new item button. Let's click on add new item button and we will get the overview of item master. In detail tabs, you need to add the item code, then item name. I am adding one item code over here, and then you need to enter the item name. For example, I am adding item name. Then you need to add item group. In every ERP, there is item group similar to that. In ERPNext also, there are some of the popular item groups like bought out, consumables, fuel, products, raw material, service, sub-assemblies. You can create your desired item code from the uh, item group drop down itself by clicking on create new item group button. This button will take you to the item group doc type where you can create a new item group and will get populated or under this drop down. So I'm not creating anyone, just I'm using a item group as a product. Here you can add the desired desired HSN code for this particular item code. Let's check what item code would be for this particular item. So I am entering the data processing. So we will entering the HSN code 8471. So here I have entered the HSN code. Under the description option, you need to enter the detailed description of this particular item. So I am entering the description. Also, in inventory tab, you can set some of the settings of this particular item, like shelf life in days, warranty period. Here, every laptop we are giving a warranty period of 365 days, because warranty is in a days. So I am entering here the number of days of warranty period in this warranty period text box. Also, weight per unit and weight unit of measure, these two fields we required at the time of export shipping. So currently we are not entering anything in these two fields. uh, this is the most important field in any ERP, which is a valuation method. Valuation method is nothing but at the end of financial year, the material to be get valuated with this methodology. There are by default three methodologies available in any ERP. Uh, in ERPNext also there are standard three methodologies available. One is a FIFO, another one is a moving average, and another third one is a LIFO. FIFO stands for first in, first out. Moving average is the average of the particular time frame, and LIFO stand for last in, first out. So if you left blank this field in ERPNext application, will calculated valuation method by default with the FIFO method. In ERPNext application will calculate by default the valuation method with the FIFO standard. So we are leaving it blank. That means we are saying ERPNext application to calculate the valuation method by default with the FIFO method. So moving ahead, under the barcode section, you can add the barcodes for this particular item, or you can set any barcode, or you can add a barcode type for this item under the section of barcode over here. And again, under the section of auto reorder level, under the section of auto reorder level, you can set the auto reorder level for this particular item. Auto reorder level is a concept where if this atom is a fast moving atom or most demand atom, then you can set a particular level to be maintained in your inventory or in your stock. So you need to just click on add row button, and in check-in group you will set the all warehouses, where I'm going to check all warehouses of uh, atom level, and request for the stores or finished goods for my atom. And then I'm going to set the reorder level over here. So I wanted to maintain the reorder level of 100 quantity, and again, if this reorder level goes down, then I need to fulfill this reorder. Suppose this reorder level goes to 95, then minimum order level I have to set. So here I'm again setting up the reorder quantity. If this order level goes down, then I am ordering the 50 quantity of this particular atom by generating the purchase request by default. So once this reorder level goes down, ERPNext application will generating a purchase request for 50 quantity for this particular atom. This is the concept of auto reorder level. Currently I'm not setting any auto reorder. So deleting is a also pretty much simple option, but you need authority for this activity. So I'm just clicking on this line level atom, and I'm clicking on delete button. So this auto reorder will get deleted automatically. Under the node of unit of measures, you can set the n number of unit of measures this for particular this atom. And if suppose this by default uh, in ERPNext application the unit of measure is a number, so if I wanted to be changed a box or a packet, then I'm going to set a measure of unit as a box, and I need to enter the conversion factor. Suppose my one box contains the 12 number of laptops, so I need to enter the conversion factor over here in a conversion factor text box. So, so similar way you can add n number of measure of units for your particular atom. Under the section of serial number and batches, you can enter the serial number for your product. Through that you can trace and track your warranty period, your customer details, the invoicing details from this serial number. So you need to just check this serial number checkbox, and under the serial number series you need to add a series for serial number. The example has been given under this text box. You can refer this particular example. Suppose I am setting up a financial year 24-25, and then I am entering the automatic counter for 4 digit. So this kind you can add the serial number for your product, or you may also use some alphabets like FY 24-25. For FY stand for financial year 24-25, and again the last 4 digit are the at a counter number of this particular serial number. So this kind of settings you can enter the series for your serial number. So currently I'm not setting up any serial number, so I'm checking this serial number tag. In inventory tab you can make the appropriate settings, all these appropriate settings in inventory tab. Moving ahead to accounting tab, here you can add your company's accounting name, the stores, default store, and default price list for this particular item. In purchasing tab, you will set the default measure of unit. I am here setting up, because laptop comes with a number, so I am setting up the default measure of unit as a number. And then if your supplier has given any lead time or any specific period to dispatch this material to, or the time frame to send this material to your location, warehouse location, then you can add that specific period as a lead time in a lead time text box. So again, just like reorder level, you can maintain the minimum order quantity and safety stocks in the purchasing node. In case of foreign trade details, you can add the country of origin and custom tariff number under the section of foreign trade details in custom tariff numbers. In sales tab, you can set the major default unit of measure for the sales. So here also I am again setting up the default measure of unit as a number, and here one facility is provided. If you want to provide a maximum discount percentage of this particular item during the sale invoice, then you can set the by default maximum discount percentage. Once you set this maximum discount percentage, then if salesperson want to give a higher side of discounted, then that salesperson need to get the approval from the respected approving authority. There are two options are available. You can make the appropriate decision by checking or unchecking of this flag. If you want to grant commission to the sales channel partner or salesperson, then you can check this grant commission flag. By default in ERPNext, these two flags are activated. If you don't want to grant commission, then you uncheck this grant commission flag and allow sales flag as well. In taxation details, you can add the tax template appropriate with your country. We are in India, so we are using goods and service tax. So I'm selecting the tax node of 18% of this which will be calculated on this particular atom. Depending upon your country code, you may use VAT or anything which is applicable to your country as per your country law. And again, in a quality tab, you will have two flags available. One is a inspection required before purchase and inspection required before delivery. You can make appropriate decision according to your company's management policy and quality policy. Even though you can add quality inspection template over here under the quality template inspection text box. If you don't have any quality template, the ERPNext system will make available the facility to create a new inspection template by just clicking on a create new quality inspection template plus symbol or from the drop down. Under the manufacturing, in some cases we need to require to send the raw material to the supplier for the processing purposes. Then in that case you need to activate this flag supply raw material for purchase to the vendor or a subcontractor who are doing processes for us. So this is the overview of the Atom Master. In Atom Master, you can create and you can set the appropriate settings for your particular atom. Now again, let's go back to the buying module, and we are moving ahead for the material request. In material request, you will get the list view of earlier generated material request, which are the pending for the next appropriate action. So currently we are adding a new material request and we will entering by the required date. So I am entering tomorrow's date. Here I have entered the tomorrow's date. On 6th of February I required this particular material, and under the item tab I am straightforward going to add my atom. This is my atom, and I'm entering the required quantity, and I'm setting up the target warehouse by default over here. Or if you have not set any default target warehouse, so you can enter the target warehouse under the node of target warehouse text box. So in the terms of condition, we can enter the terms of condition for the credit period and terms of condition for the delivery time as well. So I'm not setting up any terms of condition, or we will set the terms of condition for the delivery and pricing also. So here I have selected the delivery terms and condition, and delivery terms and condition will be populated automatically from the delivery terms and condition template, which already I have created in ERPNext application. So here you can create or you can add, modified anything in this template manually. This facility will be available as well. So moving ahead to the detail tab, and just I'm saving this purchase request. Once you click on a save button, this purchase request by default goes to the draft status. Draft status identify in ERPNext is as waiting for the approval for the higher authority. In ERPNext, you can add n number of workflows, the states and the transitions for the approval. Later on in a build module, we will see that how we can add workflows, how we can mention the states and transitions for the approving authorities. So by default, it goes to the draft state and I'm submitting it for the confirmation. I'm clicking on the S button. Now this material request is get saved and it is submitted permanently for the procurement. In ERPNext, system will allow you to create this material request to request for quotation or supply for quotation directly. If your supplier is fixed, you can directly generate a purchase order. If you set a default customer or default supplier to your company, then you can directly generate a purchase order. If you want to raise the quotation to the fixed supplier, then you can directly generate a supplier quotation. Or if you want to get a request for quotation from the different supplier, then you can add a request for quotation for this material request. There are two ways. One is just clicking on the create drop down button, and another one is by going to the supplier master. So currently I am using a create drop down button. I'm generating request for quotation. So once you click on a request for quotation, you will be landed on a new request for quotation doc type. Here you can add the company billing address, on which address you want the supplier bill. I have selected my company address, and under the supplier table I am going to add the different suppliers. Here I have selected this one supplier. If contact person and email ID has been saved during the supplier master creation, then the contact person and email ID also will get populated over here automatically. If you want to add, then you can add manually, or you can create the new contact by clicking on plus symbol from the drop down. So currently I'm not doing anything. I'm moving ahead and adding another supplier. So I have selected another supplier, and one more supplier I'm selecting for supply of this material, which will be the supercomputer. Here we have generated the request for quotation by adding 3 supplier, and these 3 supplier will send their quotations to us for this particular item. Now I'm going to save this request for quotation. Once I have saved this, again this went for the approval for the appropriate authority for the approval. Now I am the same, that's why I am submitting this. This document has got submitted. Now again the same, I have received the quotation from 3 suppliers, so I am creating a supplier quotation one by one by just clicking on create drop down button, which is a pretty simple process. I'm clicking on supplier quotation. Now against those we have generated request for quotation, all these 3 supplier will be listed down automatically. From the supplier drop down list, I'm selecting first supplier, which is a Bombay Hardware and supplier, and now I'm clicking on create button. Once I have click on create button, I have landed on a new supplier quotation doc type, where I'm entering the quotation number and other details, the item, which the price I received it. If you set any accounting dimension, then you can set the cost center, the branch and project details from the accounting dimension section. In under the currency and price list, you can check the currency and standard price list for this particular item. Here, if you observe that under the item table, you will get the by default rate, which will have entered during the item creation, valuation rate. But now supplier has sent us a rate, so I am entering the supplier rate in a rate text box. And once I have entered the rate, how if is there any taxation or any other charges applicable for this quotation, then I'm checking it. Currently I don't have any other charges and taxation details, so I'm not entering anything. I'm just entering the only basic rate for this quotation, and I'm saving it, this quotation. Again, once you save this, it goes to the drop node, and I'm submitting it for the confirmation, and this document is got submitted. Again, I'm moving back to the buying module. Under the buying module, I'm going to the supplier node. Sorry, I'm going to the buying node, and I'm going for the request for quotation module. Here I have got my list. On the top of the list, I have got my current request of quotation. So I'm opening it once again, and I'm going again once again for the create supplier quotation. And here I will now selecting the second supplier, and I'm clicking on create button. For second supplier, I'm entering the quotation number, and again I'm entering the rate, and now I'm saving this quotation and submitting this document. Here second supplier quotation is also get submitted. I'm repeating the same method once again. For the third supplier, again this I'm selecting supplier quotation. From the supplier drop down, I'm selecting the third supplier and clicking on create button and entering the quotation number, and I'm entering the rate for this, and I'm again saving this and submitting this document for the confirmation. Once you have created the supplier quotation, you can check the comparison of request for quotation compare by going to the report of request for quotation comparison. Here in awesome bar, you need just to need add a command request for quotation comparison, or comparison report. Supplier quotation comparison report is available. You can select on this report, and you will get the all pending request for supplier quotation. Of the on the drop down, you can select, or the from the list you can check your request for quotation number. This is our 4 number request for quotation, and you will check by expanding this report. This is our latest request for quotation number, and this is the supplier who is the Pune hardware supplier who quoted us 32,000 rupees, and supercomputer who is quoted for our request for quotation number 4, which will be 30,000 rupees, and the Bombay hardware who quoted us 35,000 rupees for our request for quotation number. Here request for quotation number 4, and the Bombay hardware is supplied the 35,000 rupees, and the supercomputer has supplied us 30,000 rupees. Here is a phone number request for quotation, and quotation number is a 12, date is 5th February, and you will get a 30,000 rupees amount over here. So this kind of comparison report you may check in ERPNext system. Again, we are going back to the uh, buying module, and now we are going to create a purchase order. So I am clicking on a purchase order menu, and I'm just clicking on a add purchase order, and here I'm going to select a supplier, which will be the lowest one is a 30,000 rupees, that is a supercomputer. I'm selecting the supercomputer, and here from get item from the material request or supplier quotation, you made a choice. Here I am clicking on the supplier quotation, then you will get the list, which will be the downloaded list, and here you can make the appropriate choice of supplier quotation. So this is my latest one, so I'm clicking on this, and now I am click on the get item details. Once you click on the get item details, you will get the item from the supplier quotation, and here my item will be get listed on the item table. The rate will came from the supplier quotation, and now I am entering the require by date, which will be the tomorrow's date, and I am once again checking the currency and price list. It is INR because we are in India, and it will be appropriate currency according to your country. And again, I am selecting any terms, if payment terms is applied or any delivery terms will be applied. During the quotation or during the supply request for quotation, we have added, or material request, we have added the delivery term will get populated automatically over here. And now I am saving this purchase order to move ahead. Once I click on this purchase order, the purchase order number will get generated, which will be the by default draft mode. Again, it goes for the approval for the appropriate authority, and I am submitting it. This purchase order will be get submitted, and you will check this status has been changed to received and bill, from the draft to submit and submit to receive and bill. So once this purchase order is submitted, you may send this purchase order by clicking on a menu button, and you may email this purchase order by attaching a PDF document to your supplier, or you may get printout of this particular purchase order from here, and you can download it as a PDF document, and you may attach this document to the email attachment and send it to your supplier. So I'm going back to purchase order report. Here you will get the purchase order report, and I'm clicking on this purchase order, and now I have received this material in my stores. So I'm generating this purchase order to the purchase receipt. I'm converting this document from purchase order to purchase receipt just by clicking on a create drop down button. Here I will get the first option as a purchase receipt. So I am clicking on this purchase receipt option, and now I will be landed on a new purchase receipt doc type, where I need to check the details of this purchase order. Before that, I need to enter a purchase or supplier delivery note or supplier invoice number, if any. So I am entering the supplier invoice number or delivery note number. And under the item tab, item table, I'm checking the item details, its price, I'm verifying it once again, and just now I'm saving this purchase receipt. Once this purchase receipt is get saved, it goes to the draft node, and now I am submitting it for the confirmation. Here I am submitting it, and once this is submitted, my purchase receipt number or GRN number is generated. This is PR24 4 times 0 4, and its status has been changed to bill. Means we need generated the liabilities to pay the supplier or pay the creditors. If you view the stock ledger, you will get the item details, which will be just inverted to our inventory or inverted to our stores by clicking on the stock ledger. Under the view option, you will check the stock ledger. Here we are checking the stock ledger. The average rate balance stock will get calculated automatically. Incoming rate will be 30,000 rupees, and the balance valuation of 1,05,000 rupees for this particular item. So this kind of stock ledger will be get generated automatically in ERPNext, which is a very pretty simple. Again, we are moving to the under the stock module. You will check a purchase receipt. Here you will get a purchase receipt details. You can check on list view doc type, and I am opening it. Once you will open it, you will get the details, item details, and taxation details. Suppose now we are moving ahead, we have received the material, we have generated the liability. How to check we generated the liabilities? For that, you need to go to the view drop down button, and in view drop down button you need to check accounting ledger. Under the accounting ledger, you will get how we generated the liability for this particular item is our stock in hand account will get debited for the 30,000 rupees, and stock received but not billed. That means we have generated the liability which we need to pay in the future or as per our payment terms conditions. As you remember that we have not set any payment term condition, that means by default we need to pay once this material is inverted to in our stores. So for that we are paying now. Currently it is second accounting effect is happen to the stock not received but not bill a ledger, which will be credited 30,000 rupees. So go back to the home module or accounting module. Under the accounting module, you need to click on a payment entry, and you need to click on add payment entry, and here under the node of payment type you need to select pay. You need to enter the mode of payment. I'm selecting it is by default it is a check, and here you need to set a party type. I am selecting party type as a supplier, and I need to check a party which will be the supercomputer. Once you select the supercomputer, then if you have set any default banking details and party account details will be reflected over here automatically. You need not to do anything. So under the account paid from the which bank you are going to pay this, you need to set a bank from which bank you are going to do the payment. I have selected it, and once you need to set the account, I need to enter the amount, the balance amount or pending amount. Once you enter the amount, then under the reference detail, you will get the two options. One is the outstanding invoices, and other one is the outstanding orders. So I'm clicking on outstanding invoices. Here, once I have clicked on outstanding invoice, the filter dialog box will get open. I will have some options to filter the data from date to date, or due date, or outstanding amount, or branch, or cost center. So I'm simply keeping the posting date from date to date, and I click on the get invoice details. Currently it's showing no outstanding date found, but I know that there is outstanding, so I am again checking with other options. If not, again it's showing no outstanding, but we will check with other option. We are going to again to stock module. We are checking the purchase receipt. Here we will get supercomputer details, and now here of checking the date, which will be the 5 to 24. Then I'm going to create option, and I'm generating a purchase invoice for the payment. So I'm creating a purchase invoice. That's why we are getting the error, because we are not converted this purchase receipt into purchase invoice for the payment. Once we will convert this purchase receipt into purchase invoice, then only we will get the outstanding list. So guys, please remember this. So I'm checking the item details, the rate, everything, and I'm saving this purchase receipt to purchase invoice. Once I click it, again it goes to the draft section, and I'm submitting it for the confirmation. Now I have saved this purchase invoice, which converted by default status, which is unpaid. Now I am doing the payment by just clicking on a create button, or here I will get the option as a payment. Or earlier I have shown to you, if you want to go to the payment entry, you need to click on add payment entry button, and you need to select the payment type as a pay, mode of payment as a check, and party type, which will be the supplier. Party name is supercomputer. Here if you see that balance is minus 30,000, paid amount from the ICICI bank, and 30,000 rupees. Now I'm clicking on the get outstanding invoices, and now I'm not entering anything. I'm keeping from date to date, and now I'm clicking on get outstanding invoice list. Here if you observe that currently we are not getting any error, because we have generated purchase invoice. Earlier we are not doing that. So now my purchase invoice number will be automatically get linked over here, and amount will be get automatically from the purchase invoice. And now I am saving this record. Before that, again, I need to go to the transaction ID section. Here I need to enter a check number or check reference number and check reference date, and then I'm going to save this record. Once I have saved it, it again goes to the draft note and I'm submitting it for the final confirmation. Here we made the payment for the supplier and this record is get submitted. Now if you check the ledger details from the ledger option, here you will get now our opening balance will be get 0, which earlier was the 30,000 rupees. Creditor account will get debited for the 30,000 rupees. ICICI Bank will get credited 30,000 rupees, and now our opening balance or closing balance total will be get 0. So we have paid 30,000 rupees to supercomputer, and now our liability will be get down 0. Earlier, which was 30,000 rupees, we have shown to ledger. So this way you can completing the buying cycle right from the item creation to the material request to the request for quotation entry, converting that quotation entry into the purchase order, converting that purchase order to purchase receipt, and we have made the payment for the supplier. Thank you for your patience and attention. This topic of ERPNext self-implementation ends here. Kindly note that important information: if you are facing any difficulties while implementing any third-party software like WhatsApp, or if you are facing any migration difficulties with another ERP software like SAP, Oracle, or if you have any specific desire problems on which you wish to customize the software, then you can approach us for any support consultation as per your package with selfimplementers.com from the website. Even you can email us to book your session at team at selfimplementers.com, or you may write us ERPNext, that is ERPNext at philian.com. This video is a copyright of selfimplementer.com, which is owned by Philian Ventures Private Limited, which can be used as per package opted by clients who are authorized. If there is any misuse or policy violation, then it will be a legal offense. Selfimplementers.com, owned by Philian Ventures Private Limited, is a CMMI Level 3 ISO and DIPP certified company, which is on mission to help MSMEs with affordable and efficient technology solutions. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Have a good day.